Hello and welcome back to episode 5 of Per Aspera here on the channel. We're picking up immediately after the last episode. We have certainly had several calls from several people. We've also have expanded out just a little bit, not as much as I perhaps we would have liked to last episode, but we did have a ton of content to make up for it otherwise. We have put down a second colony so that we do have more space for colonists to eventually come in here fairly soon. I believe we're going to go ahead and put a second spaceport down as well here pretty shortly. Beyond that, we'll go ahead and we'll continue on. Now, last episode, one of our research items that we did get was the greenhouse gas factory, which with these will take one chemical and produce one unit of greenhouse gases. And what that will do is that will begin to build up the pressure to the 300 M bars, as well as to continue raising the temperature of the planet itself. We're actually going to go ahead and we'll put 1 and 2 down. They're right there in the middle. And what these will do is once they're made up and as they're being fed the chemicals and whatnot, that will just produce greenhouse gases over time and slowly raise both of these up. Now this is...
Amy, we need your help. That message was also broadcasted to the colonies and it's total chaos down here. Some of the colonists have been spreading rumors about what the children of Carmine will do to us.
Children of Carmine?
Yeah. That's what the colonists are calling whatever sent that message. This threatening message, coming right after the life support failure. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. We don't even know what we're dealing with. Life on Mars was never supposed to be easy. But dealing with hostile forces wasn't on the program.
Being it is putting a major project in jeopardy. This is definitely a serious threat.
These events occurred at the same time. I do not believe that can be coincidence. Someone, or something, wants to stop us from terraforming Mars. And they may be planning to do so at any cost.
Then we need to defend ourselves. We've got a mission to carry out, and we've already put our lives on the line for it. I'm activating NH9833 emergency protocol. You can access the military tech brand now. Amy, figure out what to develop first so we can fight back. We're counting on you. Elliot out.
So yeah, now we have a military presence we'll have to worry about, which we'll eventually build drones and whatnot. Here's our tech tree, so we'll have these here. I don't know if we can... Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll do these up first. Now, we do have another power solar farm here, but that hasn't put much out.
Amy, this is Dr. Nathan Foster from Missile Control Center.
Houston, this is Amy. You are breaking up badly. Say again, please. Over.
This is Dr. Nathan Foster from Mission Control. Do you copy?
Roger. Now I copy.
It looks like we're still having those intermittent connection problems. We're still working on identifying the issue. Until then, keep up the recording and backing up offline protocol. Sorry about the extra work.
It is no problem, Dr. Foster.
Good. I also want to talk to you about the cryptic message you received. We suspect someone's been jamming our network to gain outside access to your systems.
Well, we believe there may be aliens out there. We're not going to say that they're the cause of it. So, being we have found evidence of Chinese, I'm going to say it's probably Eastern Coalition.
The message came after we explored the abandoned facility from the Huolong's mission. They must be accessing some backdoor in their technology they left behind.
It could be the techies, but that's only one of our suspects. I'll complete the report with your suggestions, but we'll keep digging into this.
Understood. How would you like me to proceed?
For now, keep the mission on track. That is your focus. And report any irregularities to us immediately. Houston out.
Okay, so again, we're still getting lots of content was just slowing us down a little bit. But we're back up to a decent amount of power for the time being. And at this point, we'll also go ahead. We're going to do at least one of these. So we'll go ahead and we'll do... I haven't done this one before, so we'll go ahead and do the repair satellite, which isn't a whole much. There we go. So that should come up fairly quickly. Especially at the higher speed that we tend to run. But while that's working, we'll continue to build outwards. I believe, let's see here, we can do a second star base, or starport. So we'll go and we'll put that down. And just to check to make sure, still within maintenance range, and...
These towers will be critical for defending the base.
There's our drone hive. And we'll do that. So we'll go ahead and we'll put a couple of these down. And I believe with these, you can see the area of influence that they will be able to protect once they're down. So we'll do one there, do a couple on the outskirts, kind of as a defensive perimeter. The sad part is I don't know where all we would need.
The atmospheric pressure has reached 50 millibars. A change like this can be perceived in a number of ways.
Which is a big step because we're making progress.
The big step the job I was created for.
I cut that pretty quick there. Okay, so we are expanding outwards more and more. I do think we will go ahead and put worker hub down here. We'll also put another one down. There's a worker hub there. I think we'll continue off from there. The spaceport is in use, which will give us a second. Oh, the repair satellite's done. So now we will be able to do two of these at once. We'll do go ahead and bring more colonists, and we will go ahead and unlock the sector as well.
This factory will help me defend the base. I should prioritize this.
Which unfortunately we haven't actually unlocked yet. That's one of those things, again, like I believe I've said before, is that it does seem to give those prompts before it's actually available. And we do have a building outside of reserve maintenance. I am also saying that we are using up more chemicals than we are producing, which is not the best of things. And a bit worrisome.
Amy, this is Houston. Do you copy?
I copy, Nathan.
Congratulations on raising Mars's temperature. The next phase is imminent. Houston out.
Well, that was quick. And there's our assault drone factory. Now from here we'll go ahead and we'll go back to our engineering and finish up on our batteries. Definitely we'll need the power later.
Mars has reached minus 50 degrees Celsius. The turning point. The dry ice caps have almost completely dissipated. That has to mean something.
Occasion to celebrate because we've come that much farther.
This is a big milestone. Something to celebrate for sure. Though it may take some time to get used to seeing pools of water appearing on Mars. And this new atmosphere, rich in CO2.
Apparently I made this solar farm too far out. So we'll just put another worker hub. That way we have more transport down here. And we do have our assault drone factory now, which is going to be producing our defensive capabilities at 10 at a time. And then they'll come out to our hives out here and all be individually manned by each group as they're produced. Now I do see that we are having a couple spots that are outside of the facility areas. We'll go ahead, do a bit of overlay on these. Put one there. We'll put...
There is still a lot to do. First, I need to analyze all the methods to reach 300 millibars, like aerobraking a CO2 asteroid. That is one idea to consider.
My worry, though, is that I'm not going to have enough food for when the colonists eventually come back, because we are building power loss. Interesting that we're having a loss on that, even though probably because we've expanded so much so quick, so we'll have to go ahead and set down one for sure.
Good. The colonists appear to be all right, but I have so many questions. What is the most likely explanation?
That happened too fast, too quick, so that's sabotage. There's no way our systems are that bad.
A simultaneous failure like this is too unlikely. It must have been caused by someone on purpose. But who? A colonist? They would be putting themselves in danger. That would not make sense. But I should ask Elia to investigate. We have to proceed carefully. If this was sabotage, this mission and the colonists' lives are in danger. Great. Now I can examine those nuclear silos. Well, I mean the colonists can. If all their blueprints and materials are there, we could pick up where their mission left off. I wonder what other secrets this planet is hiding.
And as you can see, we have up to 200 population. We've almost doubled what we originally had, so we're definitely going to have to keep a close eye on our resources. And I really wish some more chemicals would pop up. What's our scanners looking like? Oh yeah, our scanners are pretty well out there at this point. Maybe a fourth one wouldn't be a bad idea. The one problem I find is that the research or resource locations for all of these are randomized, so you never know what you're going to come across.
If we are able to use Huo Long's nuclear weapons, this kind of technology isn't something to toy with. I have not decided on what the best approach would be.
We'll put that one on hold. We've got too much we're dealing with otherwise.
I better put this on hold. I should favor a less destructive method for terraforming Mars. Colonists have been migrating back to Earth. I should check.
Food and water levels.
The food and water levels. If the levels are too low, the colonies cannot sustain growth. I need to stay alert.
Which for that, I don't see anything there that we need. The way I'm looking at it is we do need to improve our colony more than anything else right now. I think what we're going to do, I think we're going to go ahead and roll up our mines. That will give us level 2s on all of our mines, including our chemical plants, which is going to increase our output for everything on that. Our food, our electronics, everything like that. So we'll eventually get to that point there. That's definitely going to be far more important right now. That way we can help keep up with the demand on all of our resources. And our 2 greenhouse gases are still hard at work. We're already up to 43 degrees as opposed to the 50 that we were a little while ago. So they are working nice and quickly. And with the unlock of batteries, we'll be able to store some of this excess energy until a need for them arrives.
On the other hand, this would speed up the mission considerably. Should I reconsider?
When it comes to nuclear weapons, the answer should always be no.
No. This technology is dangerous. Melting the poles so drastically may have consequences that we have not considered.
Now we're going to have a few batteries, and they'll slowly be charged up. Currently we'll have 2,000 units worth of stored power. Not a lot for what we actually are going to be consuming should our current system fail. Oh no, we're up to 6,000 now. Much better, but that's still not going to be a whole lot. So we'll go ahead, I'll drop 2 more up here. So 1 there and 1 there. That'll give us 10,000. And then when we can, we'll eventually go ahead and pick up windmills as well to help support our power.
A mine upgrade will allow me to extract resources faster. They will also require less maintenance. A win-win.
Very much so, especially once we get it. Now, I believe this is the area we eventually need to go to for our facility research. So this will require another landing site that we'll need to put down here and eventually find the resources that we need here, or somehow get the resources from here over to here in order to actually get using it effectively. Unfortunately, that will be in a bit. Yay, more chemicals! There we go. Not a huge amount, but we do need that badly.
Hi, Amy. I wanted to talk to you about a special project. Is this a good time?
It's always a good time.
Of course, Elia. I would be glad to help.
Great. I've been carefully monitoring the colonists' mental state since we arrived. You'd think the hardest part of coming here would be missing friends and family back home. But actually, it's the constant confinement. Between the habitats and the spacesuits, we're all feeling closed in. Too long like this, and I'm afraid we'll end up succumbing to hysteria like the Kosmicheski Moloch crew. The engineers alerted me to a method of raising the atmospheric pressure of Mars quickly, so we can eventually go outside without our suits. We can build a special rocket to aerobrake an iced methane asteroid into the atmosphere. It's a reliable way to import CO2 and thicken the atmosphere. We'd get to 300 millibars in no time. What do you think? The colonists want to give it a try. I'll create a new directive for you, so you can begin the project, okay? It'd really help the morale around here. Think about it. Elia out.
So again, they are trying to provide as many options to us, the controller, as they can in order to get what they need to survive on the planet here. Why is this apparently outside of... Oh, and there's our mines level 2. We'll go ahead, our next one will... our next one we'll go ahead and do will be the actual wind farm. And we'll get a worker hub here repaired. How that got damaged, I'm not entirely sure. But that will be repaired quickly, and then we can get this carbon mine back up and running.
Between the colonists and technology we're developing, there is so much complexity in our mission. What could I be overlooking?
And all of these chemical plants are going to be the first things that we upgrade, so that we ensure that we have enough chemicals on hand, because we're down to 6 or 7, and we're needing far more than that between what our polymers and our food production is needing to handle. And then our water extractors are going to be next, which we'll go ahead and we'll queue up that one and that one as well. Now we have expanded out down this way, so we can grab this.
Wind
chemical plant
turbines will provide clean, renewable power for my base. I can maximize efficiency by placing them in areas of high wind.
And there we go. And for that, we're actually going to follow up with extra storage. We have a storage center as well as a management. That way we can have more space for our actual products, as well as have stockpiles throughout, so that we put less stress on our workers having to travel to them. Now with our wind farms, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put them down now. We're going to want to make sure that that progress bar up on the top stays as 100% as we can. So we'll do one there. Do one here. I'm not going to go too crazy with these. But we'll put, say, 4 down. 93.
Additional storage centers will be very useful for stocking excess resources. I should find good locations for them.
We'll go ahead and we'll do one out here. Oh, wait. Actually, no, we will cancel that one because I didn't realize that one was also a wind farm. But we'll just leave with the 2 for now. They're pretty well out there. As you can see, they are producing 36, which is at least something. And then our batteries will at least give us a 10,000 unit charge as well. So we are getting better. There's our storage unit. And then we'll go and pick up our last one here. Focus on the improved road, the last of the engineering. That will also...
ISA engineered the life support systems to withstand the extremities of tilt at all, let alone at the same time.
Put down a couple of storage units. Kind of weird. Every time I start talking, it seems like another thing pops up. But yeah, we have gotten at least our next chemical plant put up, which we'll go ahead and upgrade that to level 2 as well. Surprised that that one's so low there. That's only coming in at 17. And this is my big gripe with the wind farms is where you put them, you never seem to get...
But I suppose ISA could not test every circumstance. Only between the Martian climate and the changes we are introducing. It is a lot for even my systems to keep track of.
But yeah, it seems initially we were told 100%. You can see that they're all not even close to that full allowance in regards to what they can put out. We are getting a lot more power, and we do have at least something to hold up in regards to a possible failure should we get a bad dust storm overhead for our solar plants. But it still don't have as much decent output as solar panels.
Upgrading the routes will allow my workers to move faster. Efficiency is key to our success.
Just looking at the traffic here, you can see just how many sectors now that we've got up. So it does look like this guy's getting pretty hammered over here. So why don't we go ahead and we'll put down at least one more worker hub. We'll even go ahead and say one worker hub, kind of right here. Especially for if we continue out this way. And then we'll also go ahead and put another couple of storage centers up here as well. Put one here, but here.
I must trust ISA's engineering. Just like ISA trusts me to fix any emergent issues that may occur. ISA created the tools for this mission and handed them off to me to complete it. I will ensure the safety and comfort of the colonists, despite all odds.
And we had a mine out here that was unprotected and it's almost destroyed. 10%, so we'll hopefully get a maintenance facility there up fairly quickly, and that will repair it before we lose it. This area would really be nice because I had a maintenance facility right there that wasn't quite close enough. We have a couple more mines here, but we'll go ahead and just do... They are selected for 2 already. We'll go ahead and we'll get these 2 iron mines down. Start pulling from those.
What was that message? Strange. Were they speaking to me? It sounded like the message was addressed to me. But that does not make sense either.
At this point, we're pretty well waiting for the last of these roads here. You can see we're, it's amazing how much power we lose and how quick we lose it, just by throwing up a couple more buildings. Waiting on the mines there to be finished. Does not look like much else is really something we can be jumping towards. There we go, those are improved roads. Space-wise, we'll go ahead and we'll do our additional landing sites. That way we can get over here and be able to eventually research this abandoned facility and grow out in this area here.
Who or what is Carmine? Carmine. No, I cannot recall anyone or anything in my database with that name. They spoke of her as Mother, like some sort of goddess.
I see, trying to put one up here, it's only giving me 35, 37, 36. Oh, there's that's putting us back up to the 40s there. There's if we try to put it in somewhere here. Just looking at 50, 52, 53. It's slowly climbing, but that's to me that does not seem like enough to really make that worthwhile. So unfortunately, we will be sticking primarily with solar farms until we get something a bit better than that.
I look forward to being able to create bases across the planet.
And there's our additional landing sites. From there, the Space Mirror Array is another way for... So right here we basically have all of our methods to bring up the temperature, but we'll go ahead and we'll research into our next area of the military. But with that, I believe... There we go. There's our additional landing site. We will go ahead and put one down there. Get that ready so that we can bring it over here. Figure that out. You see, we do have more aluminum down here. Aluminum we do seem to be handling pretty well. You know, my big worry is the food.
I will need to improve my military technology for the protection of this mission.
Go ahead and put down another food factory, make sure that we've got enough. Because with it being under 100 for nearly 200 people is worrying. So being able to get this, another one of these up and running would be very, very good for us in the long run. And why are you off? Don't know why that was off. That does unfortunately happen, it seems, on occasion. Oh, that's why. Probably because it was out.
Carmine will awaken their mind and show them the truth. I keep thinking about that part of the message.
There's our assault from level 2, which we will go straight into improving.
What truth?
These two Ironmans have been completely done through, so we'll go ahead and scrap them. That way they're pulled out and no longer kind of in our way. Our workers will be able to go shoot straight through without having to stop over somewhere unneeded. Which also will give us more rooms there in the middle of the bases to where we can put something else down if need be. See, we are hurting on carbon, which there is a mine right there, good size one.
By building this defensive technology, I have to ask myself, would I do harm to others?
If we are looking at this reasonably, it's one thing to be attacked, but it's another just to protect 200 people. So being it's putting the mission at risk, yes.
Only if the mission were at risk. I could not let someone prevent me from seeing it through.
The solar farm, then we'll get the carbon mine there. How's our workers going? Okay, so yeah, it's that one worker there did help cut this one up. Does look like they could use another one. So we'll go over and put an additional worker spot right there. You can see just how much of a difference that was for this compared to episode 1 and how much more we can expand outwards.
This shielding technology will automatically update in all my drones.
You know,
It is amazing what a software update can do.
and here's our full overview as to how far out we've gone. We're just, slowly but surely, we will continue going outwards. So I believe pretty soon we'll get our... Yeah, just about done. As soon as we get the landing site ready to go, we will go ahead and cut it that. We'll put up in this facility there, which will be going right into the silicon here, which will be helpful.
Such dark, this is a mission of peace. I should be focused on the chemistry of growing potatoes on Mars, or the ability of cows to endure life here. I do not see a need for assault drones.
Unfortunately, things do happen. So we have our landing site now, so we will go ahead and we will put this down want it fairly close, so we will go ahead and put it down right here, which will give us everything unlocked in this area in regards to the resources we need. We'll just need to remember the order which to do them in. So we will go ahead and we will start, and then we want to do level 1s as well to make sure we have enough of everything. Do aluminum mine. Make sure we're doing level 1. Or silicon mine. And we'll do up our glass kiln there. And now we have the very start of our second base. So from there, we'll go ahead and put in a cut, and we will pick up growing out this second landing site. I won't say the second colony, because this will basically be all connected eventually, I believe. We have made a good progress in regards to the temperature, as we're up to above 40 degrees. We're actually almost at 35, and we've almost hit 100 M-bar, so it's a very considerate amount of progress we've made in the short amount of time we've been here. So we have that much to look forward to, and from there, if you've enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, hit that share button, and we will see you next time in the Vortex.